You too, Gerri.
And some are predicting 2015 may be even worse for these cyber attacks. With more on what to expect, here's former White House Chief Information Officer Theresa Payton. Theresa, great to see you. I don't know if you got to hear Peter, but he's predicting even more hacks in this coming year. Do you agree? And what kind of hacks might we see?
I agree. And, I think Sony was a watershed moment going into the end of this year on a hack at so many different levels. And I agree with what he had to say. 2015, you're going to see more data held for ransom and hackers basically saying, I'll give you your company back when I feel like it, when you come up with my demands. Secondly, you're going to see more consumer data stolen, your healthcare data, your financial data, personal details about you that allow someone to masquerade online as you. You're going to see more credit card, debit card data, unfortunately, still continue to be stolen. And then you will see, in my opinion, you will see hack attacks literally leave the cyberspace and go into the physical. That could be something where they turn off power, they set fire to a factory that they don't like what they're manufacturing. So I think those are the types of threats we have to face coming into 2015.
Theresa, one of the things I've always been curious, not all of these groups are on the same page. They don't agree on their politics, they have different worldviews. Couldn't you see these groups fight it out on the terrain of a company or the government, for that matter?
Oh, you're absolutely right. You saw a little bit of that play out. So you had Sony saying, well, we're going to just sort of check our options, delay the movie, maybe postpone the movie. Then you had Anonymous come out and say, hey, we're going to hack in and get the movie and show it if you don't show it. Then you see something where the PlayStation network, the Xbox network, hackers took that offline, Lizard Squad. And then Kim.com steps in and says, give the networks back to the gamers, cease and desist. Let me give you some vouchers for privacy encrypted software. So you're seeing some really strange cybersecurity plays out there, basically new cybercrime bedfellows.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the Xbox and PlayStation. That was different, though, right? I mean, it was old school, denial of service attacks. So people don't lose their personal information. You can't use the product, right?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because sometimes a DDoS is exactly what it is, just a distributed denial of service. It's an inconvenience. But other times it is used as a smokescreen, a ruse to get the entire security team to rush to one part of the network while they go in a side door. And we've seen that in the past with some of the banking industry finding out that money is missing from the wires department while a DDoS was going on in another part of the bank's network.
Are you saying that's the case here with the Xbox situation?
I don't know, but my advice to Microsoft and Sony would be you better check and make sure nothing else is amiss. Don't just write this off as a simple DDoS.
Theresa, what is your recommendation to individuals, to people who have small businesses tonight?
First thing is find a security company that you can reach out and touch and have them hack you. Have some third-party group hack you and tell you, and you can do this even on the smallest of budgets, and tell you where your vulnerabilities are. Second, as a consumer, as a business owner, you need to practice a digital disaster. What would you do if someone hijacked your accounts and had all of your precious photos of your children or files for your company? How would you respond? How would you recover? And lastly, for businesses, take advantage of the new cybersecurity liability policies. They can be very helpful in a situation like this.
All right, Theresa, thanks for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
And now we want to hear from you. Christmas has come and gone, my friends, and now it's time to return those presents you got that maybe they didn't fit, maybe you didn't like the color, they weren't right. Are you returning anything this year? Are you returning any gifts? Here's what some of you are tweeting me about the poll question tonight. One viewer